Hi, this is Mimi, born to sparkle and shine. I am sitting on my back porch, and my mom was talking yesterday. She wants me to do a video on the um, the way I've always lived, I guess, whatever. Anyway, when I was a child, I used to go and find horny toads, which are kind of going extinct because we killed all of their food source, which was ants, so we need to bring them back. Anyway, a certain ant actually, but anyway, so I would bring them in the house and be like, "Look, Mom, a honey toad," and then of course it would take off because I was 3, so I would just let it go. Another thing I used to do is I would go outside and be really calm and pick up tarantulas. So I'd pick up the tarantulas and play with them, and my mom would scream to people who were saying, "Don't let her," "Hey, little girl, stop it." She'd be like, "She's fine. She won't get bit." I would also take them and put them in jars and keep them for like a day and then let them go. But when I kept them for like a day, I would throw them at my grandmother, not with the tarantula in there, just another mason jar that was empty. Because I cared about the tarantula, but my grandmother was like, horrified. So I would throw jars at her that she thought had tarantulas in them. So I thought that was pretty funny, I guess, when I was under the age of 4. Because I moved to Dallas when I was 4, and you don't play with Dallas tarantulas. I was playing with Oklahoma tarantulas. You don't play with Dallas tarantulas. So, or, anyway, Texas tarantulas. I was dealing with Oklahoma ones that apparently are less dangerous, whatever. I never got bit, so whatever. So apparently I would take tarantulas and pick them up and carry them around, and people outside would see me and get upset with my mother for not stopping me. As a child, my mother also let me have access to a bat, which is kind of a bad sign of parenting skills, because they were cleaning out an apartment or something, and they found a bat under the sink or something, and so they let me have the bat for like a day and then let the bat go, because there's always a bat family or a tarantula family for me to go back to. So I was always taught, don't keep them. So you don't keep the animal, you just play with it, horrify it, and then let it go somewhere else where it's not gonna be able to find its own food source. But that's just what I was taught. But it's good because you're not taught to keep them and like let them die because you're not taking care of them properly. I do not like owning animals, but I know that they're domesticated, so you can't not own them because I feel like they should be free. But whatever. So this leads me to, at Instinct Exotic, where I went with my mother yesterday, a little girl walks up and she's got her little leopard little mask on her face, but it's not covering her actual face. It's only covering like her top lip, because anyway, that's going to protect nothing. I guess it stops her spit from hitting me in the face. So she's asking them, which tiger can I pet? What tiger can I pet? She's like 10. She has more sense than that. She should have some more sense. I think her mother was bringing her there to make her realize that you don't pet tigers and that Tiger King is not a good idea. This exotic place is, from what I can gather, only takes in animals that are abandoned to them. They do not breed them. They do not sell them out the back door, from what I can gather. If something comes out later about them, I can help you, but I, at this point, support Instinct Exotics and all that they stand for. Their goal is to make this place extinct. They want their rescue group to be extinct because people stop being idiots and buying large cats and then petting the kitties and then making the kitties not, be able to be out in the wild again, and then they have to bring them to them or can shoot them. Anyway, so the woman is discussing with this little girl why she cannot pet the kittens, which are actually tigers, and lions, and they have everything there. They have panthers, they have leopards, everything, ocelots, bobcats, everything there. Like these wild animals in the biggest enclosure they can possibly put them in the best environment for the fact they've already been domesticated and they have genetic nightmares because people have bred them. So she's explaining this to the girl. The little girl's like, "But don't you have one nice little one I can pet, a little tiger I can pet?" And the woman says, "You know what? If you pet a tiger, then it becomes domesticated. And then people put it on a small space of land and they do something called canned hunting, where they kill them, they shoot them dead, and they think it's cool to hunt them, even though they really don't have a chance because they've been domesticated because people want to pet them." I was like, shit. So my mom and I were like looking like, oh my God. So this rescue lady, the one just standing there right there, had had enough of the Tiger King, enough of the petting of the kitties. So she was hilarious. So she told this little girl, the more you pet a tiger, the more they're going to get shot in the head by some rich person who wants to go kill large exotic animals and canned hunting. It was hilarious. I almost died. Anyways, I don't know what it was, but I don't know if the little girl was just trying attention, because she seemed like an attention-seeking kind of child that wasn't getting her needs met. Anyway, but she was still walking around, and there was a little lemur that almost urinated on me. And so this lemur like put his genitals out of the cage, started to urinate on me, and I got out of the way. Well, that brought up my mom's thought of, remember when you were little and that monkey spit on you? So apparently when I was little, I was at a zoo and a monkey spit on me. I don't go to zoos now. I just don't believe in zoos. This place right here is a rescue group that's trying to save these animals from bad environments. They just got a liger in, which is a tiger lion, and it's got like hydrocephalic or something wrong with its brain, and because of its genetic nightmare, so it's got something wrong with it because of that. But they're trying their best to, like, get a comfortable enclosure for this animal to live a normal life. So anyway, so apparently I got spit on by a monkey as a child. I was walking around the tiger place, and my mom was like, I was like, look at that cat, it's winking. It was a regular cat, not a tiger. A regular orange tabby male cat that was just wandering around the place. And I go up and I start like jacking with it because this has a giant like abscess on its face. It's had a fight that it was facing. When you have a cat with an abscess on its face, it was entering the fight. It wasn't backing away. If there's an abscess is basically, it's bit by another animal or cat that it's in a battle with, and it causes a giant wound, and the wound gets infected and it becomes big, and then you squeeze the pus out, blah blah. If it was on the butt of the cat, that means it was running away normally, just in my general, what I've discovered as I'm doing my life. That's not a sign. Don't like quote me on that. So this cat has a giant like winky eye, and it's got like half its face swollen, and these kids have just been petting it. So I go over there and I start squishing the pus out of its face. The cat gets mad at me, of course, and it's not a feral cat, but it lives free on the land. So then we walk upon a ram, and I was like, what's wrong with that ram? So I walk up to the ram, start feeling on its stomach, trying to palpate to see if there's like, babies in its belly, because both sides were evenly swollen. I think it may have been pregnant. We're not sure. And then we come upon a male ram. So we're thinking, okay, this is a ram. So we don't know what they do with these rams here. We don't want to even speculate that that's a food source. I don't know. They've got the tigers have to eat something. I'm sure they're expensive to feed. That's why I like to go there, give them money, wander around their place in the heat. Every time we've gone there, it's been hot as hell, like about to die hot, like you're sweating, can't breathe. And everybody with these masks on, we're all dying, we're pouring sweat. We keep our mask on, but they're still pouring sweat. Drinking water best we can. The minute we can get stepped away from the people, slam some water or Gatorade, and then step back into the people. So that's just what we did yesterday. We went to the NC Exotics. It's in Wiley, Texas. Very nice little place. They're only open on like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I think, from like 11 to like 6 or 7. They have pancake breakfast in August. They have one coming up. They had a watermelon throw yesterday where I don't know if you pay for the watermelon, then they throw the watermelon to the cage. I'm not sure. So